everybody. This is Jeff Veale, the business guru, coming to you once again from downtown Manila. And today, guys, I've got an awesome guest for you guys. You'll be pleasantly surprised. The guest I have with us is Mr. Jonathan Mast. If you haven't heard of him, you're probably living under a rock. He's the AI specialist, founder and CEO of Whitebeard Strategies. Industry, AI coaching. Been in the industry for a mere 15 years. And what he doesn't know about AI, guys, is not worth knowing. And AI is moving at the speed of light, guys. Just when you think you know something, next day there's an additional change to it or a new program. You've got to keep constantly, it's like going to school permanently, right? At AI Strategies, here we go, getting the light. We empower businesses and organizations to harness the full potential of AI. Our training simplifies AI integration, turning complex concepts into practical, actionable strategies. We guide you through every step, ensuring AI becomes a powerful asset in your operation, not just a buzzword. And guys, if you're not using AI, you certainly are being left behind, right? It won't take your job. The people that know AI will be the ones who take your job. Key achievements: engaging audience of nearly 500,000 AI enthusiasts and entrepreneurs, international speaking engagements across North America, Asia, and Australia. I love this one, personal model philosophy, win with vision. And Jonathan certainly got that in spades. Interesting fact about himself, he loves dirt bikes and quad bikes when he's not in front of his computer playing with AI. So it's my great pleasure to welcome to the stage Jonathan. How are you today, Jonathan?
Well, thanks for having me, Jeff. Excited to be here.
That's fantastic. It's my great pleasure. Tell us about your journey, Jonathan. What inspired you to pursue that career path? Where was that aha moment? Where did it all begin?
Well, I've been in sales and marketing most of my career. In 2010, I decided to go out on my own and start my own digital marketing agency. We focused on website design. We grew that up to about 15 or so employees, got into seven figures. We were doing well, but I was getting burned out. And after about 13 years of it, I happened to stumble upon ChatGPT and its new interface. And I remember when it first came out, I heard about it in a coaching call I was on, and I thought it was just another chat interface for websites. And I'm like, well, big deal. Well, then I realized it wasn't a chat interface for websites at all. It was an absolutely amazing tool. You know me well enough, Jeff. I'm an ADD entrepreneur. I wear that badge proudly, and it allowed me to get so much more work done that I'm like, I want to teach other entrepreneurs because, like you, I found that many of us do have ADD or maybe undiagnosed or diagnosed, but we certainly have those characteristics. And leveraging AI as a tool was just an absolute game changer. My word, not AI word, that really made a huge difference. And the other thing I noticed is that while I was embracing it, a lot of my team, Jeff, they were looking at it and they were going, oh boy, I don't know. I'm going to lose my job. I don't know. I want to do this. And I felt this massive need to help them understand that AI is not going to take their jobs. Somebody using AI effectively may take their job from them, but AI, to me, Jeff, I'm old enough. It reminds me when I was getting in the workforce, they were putting PCs on desktops. They were replacing typewriters, replacing adding machines. And, you know, there were a few people that are like, no, you're not taking my typewriter. And for a few years, that went over okay. Sure. But walk into any office anywhere in the world today, regardless of the size business, big or small, and you're not going to find people there's not a typing pool anymore. There aren't a bunch of people with typewriters sitting there. Yes, there may be a typewriter in a large office for the occasional government form that needs to be typed, but that's the only reason it exists anymore. And AI, it's going to be even more monumental than that. You're going to need to learn how to use it because it's a tool. It's not a replacement. It's a tool. It's like if you're a roofer, you can pound the nails in hand by hand, or you can use a pneumatic nailer and you can go pop, 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 and get the shingles done in 10 times faster. That's what AI is, but times 10.
Very good analogy. I was laughing about AI. It's imagine you and I send you down the rabbit hole. I'm down 4 rabbit holes at once. I just got to hope they
absolutely.
Sometimes I've got to go to a Word doc and put the words in to see where I was, because I've cut and pasted something and I forgot what I cut and pasted because I've got so many things happening at one time, just like you. What's been the most challenging aspect of your work, and how have you overcome that?
You know, I think probably the most challenging for me was getting people to understand that AI is not something you need to overcomplicate. It's really simple.
Sure.
And running that into what we were just talking about, a number of employees and team members that just believe that AI was here to take their jobs and to steal their livelihood. And it's a mind shift that you've got to work through them with to help them understand that that's just not the case.
Yeah. So it was an important moment in your career, that sort of aha moment where you decided to flip the switch and change completely.
For me, it was probably just burnout and being an entrepreneur. I'm always looking for that next wave. I remember when I was a young man, about 18 years old, and I was driving back from school. I went to school that was about a half hour away from my home. And so when we had after school events, we had to drive. We couldn't take the school transportation. And we were driving back, and I remember we stopped at a gas station back then. This was before fountain pops and everything else. And we stopped to buy some sodas so that we could drink them along the way. And I remember going into the gas station. I can even tell you where it was, which exit off the highway. And I remember thinking, I wish I could just buy a bottle of water because I don't really want soda. I just want some water. We got done with a track meet. But they didn't sell bottled water back then. This was 30 plus years ago.
If you suggested that, they'd lock you up.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember walking out to the car and talking to my buddies going, I just wish they'd sell a bottle of water. And everybody told me how stupid I was because nobody would buy water. Water you got out of a hose for free. Well, nowadays we know that the bottled water market is massive. And I just wish I'd had enough foresight to get on it then. I've missed a few other trends as they come along. I wanted to make sure that I believed I was finally in the right spot to be able to take advantage of that. And being in my mid 50s, the neat thing about AI, Jeff, you can relate. I know you're in your 70s. AI is the first technology that's ever come along in our lives where we, as the older guys, actually can benefit more than some of the young guys because we've got more skill and experience to amplify.
That's right. I love that. Yeah, you're right. I got what I call in Australia, we call it rat cunning. I know ways to manipulate it to my own purposes. And get back to the water. Think about water, guys. You buy it at 7-Eleven, it's $1 a bottle. Buy it at the airport, it's $5 a bottle. Buy it at the luxury hotel, $10 a bottle. So it's all marketing, guys. It all comes back to market at the end of the day. And as Jonathan said, who would have thought that that'd be selling water? In your opinion, what are the key qualities and skills that, apart from your ADD, that contributed to your success along the way?
I think probably more than anything else, it's just an absolute focus on speed to implementation. So many people that I talk to, Jeff, I know you're a coach, you've run into this as well. There's so many people, myself included, I love to learn, but there's many people that then don't implement. They just learn and they learn and they learn and they're waiting for the right day to implement. The right day to implement is today, regardless of how much knowledge you have. Start, because if you don't start that snowball rolling down the hill, it'll never gain momentum. It'll never pick up inertia and you'll never get ahead. You've got to start. And I think that's probably been the one trait of mine, Jeff, that's led to success is that I don't want to do it tomorrow. I want to do it today. If we have a new idea, I want to implement it by the time we're off this call, not tomorrow, not a week from now, not later this year, today.
Love it. The other interesting thing about that is, I've lost the plot being an old man, being implemented. There's so many people I know out there, honest to God, they're doing these courses like a social club. And I think they just have to, they got to go to school so they can meet people. I think, guys, get in and do this shit. Just meet people online, but just get in and take action like you have, Jonathan, and just do the stuff. Implement it. You're right. And there's so many people out there who can help you guys. Get a mentor. Reach out to people like myself or Jonathan. Get a mentor, guys. Speed the process up by years, right? Invest in yourselves. How do you stay motivated, Jonathan, to continue to innovate in your field? What's your secret there?
Well, it's actually what you just talked about. It's surrounding myself with the right people by hiring the right coaches. Like you said, I can go learn something myself, or I can hire somebody who's already been there, already blazed that trail, and I can get there probably 10 or 20 times faster.
Absolutely.
And that's how I keep motivated, because I surround myself with people like that. And I learn from them. By osmosis, I get ideas and they share things. And I'm like, oh, I could do that, but in this way. Right. That's how I keep motivated. I surround myself with just the most amazing people.
I love that because there's so many platforms out there. Think about it. If you want to do LinkedIn, You're going to do it yourself or hire a LinkedIn professional, right? Hire a LinkedIn professional. He'll do it 10 times better than you, 10 times quicker than you, while you do what you're good at, right? Stick in your lane, guys. Get a bit of paper out there. On the left-hand side, what are you good at? What do you like doing? The things you don't like doing, mowing the lawn, cleaning the pool, washing the car. The things you don't like doing, outsource them at 10 and 15 bucks an hour while you make 500 an hour. It's really that simple, guys. Get used to investing in yourself. Tell us about a recent project or achievement, Jonathan, out of your many, that you're particularly proud of.
I think the one I'm probably most proud of that we've done recently is we just released a new GPT club, and it's a subscription basis. I've never done that before. I've never done a product-based release. I've always been in the services business. And so to actually release something like that and have people embrace it has been a lot of fun. We took a lot of flack from people telling us we should charge a lot more money. You know me, I kind of decided to go let's make it available to more people for less money and hopefully make it up in numbers. And it's just been fun. It's the first time I've ever done a product launch versus a service launch, and it's been a lot of fun.
Is that a one-off, Jonathan, or ongoing different products as you're rolling them out per month?
Yeah, so basically it's a membership that we give access to the custom GPTs that we've written. Those are custom trained AI models, and we keep adding to it every month. We launched 2 months ago with 40. We're over 70 now. We'll be over 100 by the end of August, and they just keeps expanding every month.
Fantastic. What's the value of that, Jonathan? What's the cost of that to the consumer?
It's really expensive, Jeff. It's a whole $199 a year.
Unbelievable. There you go, guys. Reach out, Jonathan. Find out about it. Guys, these ChatGPT are like little mini robots. They're unbelievable. They are just, you've got to, like Jonathan explained it much better than what I can. So reach out and have a chat to him about it. Right. What advice would you give a younger version of yourself, Jonathan, knowing what you know now? What would you tell them?
Trust your gut instinct when you think something makes sense. And if you believe in it, stand by your principles. The only times I've ever really gotten into trouble in my life, Jeff, is when I compromised my principles because I thought it might be appropriate to compromise, and it's always caused me problems.
Yeah, I agree with that. Same here. And only about 10 years ago, I'm an old guy, I'm 77, I woke up, I've had this all my life, by the way, it's an instinct, or I thought it was called instinct, it's actually called gut feeling, and I didn't realize that your gut, guys, I come across with people talk me this, it's your second brain. Listen to it.
Yes, so true.
Your body, if your shoulder aches, it aches for a reason. Find out, try and analyze why is it aching. Don't just accept it. You don't have to accept it, guys. Right? So listen to your body and listen to your gut. Right? Tell people what are your goals and aspirations for the future. You've done so much, Jonathan, in the short time I've known you. Looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future?
Well, our goal is as I mentioned, we see so many people that are still concerned about AI. There's still a lot of fear mongering out there that they think it's going to take away jobs. It's going to ruin our lives. My goal real simply is in the next 5 years, we've reached probably about just not quite 1 million people so far. My goal is to reach 10 million people and let them know, and not only let them know, but actually help them embrace the fact that AI is a tool that can help them save time, make more money, and deliver more value.
Fantastic. Jonathan, what people watching this podcast and also listening, what's the best way to connect up with you and find out more about your wonderful services and some of the courses that you do?
Well, they just need to remember my name, Jonathan Mast, M-A-S-T, or if they can't do that, do a quick Google search for Whitebeard AI. My company's Whitebeard Strategies, but if you search for Whitebeard AI, you'll find us. And we've got tons of free resources, as you know, Jeff. There's some paid ones too, but there's tons of free stuff out there. We'd love to get an opportunity to just bring you into our community.
Yeah. Look on YouTube, guys. He's got some awesome guests on YouTube, and you'll get a bit of more of an insight into Jonathan just on YouTube alone. Before we wrap it up, Jonathan, tell us a fun fact about yourself that most people don't know.
I would say you mentioned it up front, but a lot of people don't know that I absolutely love going out in the dirt and playing around on a quad that I have and getting dirty and muddy and all that type of fun. It's a lot of people are like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I love that. It's a time that, my phone's not ringing and my headset's not on and I get to go out and just have some fun.
Yeah, had a few spills or what?
Oh, over the years, I've definitely had a few. Yeah, absolutely.
I
You get
imagine.
stuck once in a while, and once in a while I get stuck in the mud, or I
Yeah,
do something I
we get a bit
shouldn't. But
overconfident, don't we?
less than I used to. That's the benefit of being over 50 is
Yeah,
now I generally know some of my limitations, and I respect
yeah,
them a little more than I did when I was 30.
yeah. You're not trying to jump those big hills.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it. I've been there, done that. I get it. I get it. Jonathan, you've been an awesome guest today. And once again, tell me something about your courses, John. The one you mentioned is about $200. What's the name of that course, Jonathan? How would someone get that course?
Yeah, actually, so we launch all of our courses for $97.
Yep.
You just have to buy prior to us going live, and then they bump to $50 more, $147 afterwards if you just want the replay. We're doing one right now called Avatar Advisors, and it's about as an entrepreneur,
Oh,
it's lonely sometimes. You don't know who to talk to, you don't have the right resources, and we don't have the money sometimes to pay them. We can use AI to actually create a persona-based avatar board of advisors. And so I've got, historical figures, some fictional figures. For example, Tony Stark from Iron Man. I love him. He's on my board of advisors. So when I have issues and I need to talk through, I literally get to talk to people like, Zig Ziglar, who was my sales coach growing up, and, Tony Stark, and get their opinions and have that board of advisors that's available to me. So that's what we're selling right now.
imagine that, guys. Imagine I like Gary Halbert, Gary V. I like all the
Yeah,
old school guys.
exactly.
Right, Zig Ziglar, guys. Imagine them on your board, guys. It's just this stuff is mind blowing. Most of when I was basic at this stuff, I was writing my posts and I'd say things like "speak like a superhero," and then my new one, if I want to be a bit ruder, I'd say "speak like Gordon Ramsay." And then I started getting a bit smarter. I started going into the Gary Halberts, your Gary V's, and the material they come up with, guys, it's better than what you'll ever make yourself. It's done in minutes, not hours or days. Jonathan, I want to thank you for being a guest on the show today. It's been awesome, my friend.
Thank you for having me. Good seeing you again, and I hope we'll talk again soon.
We will indeed.